a master's student of molecular biology at Barcelona University and our current FameLab champ for Spain. Now, when Ricardo chose being overweight as the subject for his semi-final, some said fat chance. But the judges plumped for him after he stuffed more fat facts into 3 minutes than is strictly healthy. Now, that is partly because, by his own admission, he's obsessed with obesity and other weighty matters. Ricardo says he loves studying fat, he loves eating fat, and that he's come to Cheltenham in search of new sources of fat to sample. But having already chewed the fat in the semis, what's he got left in the larder? Well, Ricardo Moure wants to say that not only is he a master's student, he's a Jedi Master, a Jedi Knight, the first to take part in FameLab, and he's still deciding which side of the Force he's on. This will possibly make sense after 3 minutes with the Moorish Ricardo Moure.
How many of you do hate those people who eat and swallow and stay slim? I really hate them. But I'm investigating their secret. It's brown fat. Okay. I will use a nerd language so you can understand. The brown side of the Force. Brown fat is fat that burns fat off. A slimming fat which lies hidden in our body among white fat. That white fat is the bad fat, the fucking fat we all know, whose mission is to store energy as a pantry for worse times. Brown fat does the opposite. It takes the energy stored in white fat, burning it and releasing heat. I call it Charmander fat. Let's think about the moment of our birth. It's the most traumatic moment of our life. Even more traumatic than calling your teacher mom. It's even worse with your thesis supervisor. Because once we are out of mom's belly, we must make our own heat. But something extraordinary happens. Our first sip of mom's milk sends a signal that activates brown fat, keeping us warm. Until recently, it was thought that adults lose completely brown fat. But it's still there. It's dormant, infiltrated between white fat, incognito. As an spy, I'm fat. Brown fat is really waiting for a signal to activate, and capturing this signal is the goal we pursue, because if brown fat were chronically activated, it would burn about 400 grams of fat per month, the equivalent to a 40-minute spinning session every 3 days. We know 2 things that trigger brown fat to long term. One is exposure to cold. That's a free country, you can do it. The other is exercise. No thanks. However, exercise and exposure to cold, so shivering, have both something in common: muscular contraction. So if we catch the signal that muscles send to fat when they contract, and we put it in a pill, we will be very rich, telling the brown fat to reveal its true identity, to activate and join the brown side of the Force, burning white fat off. Until that pill, keep cold, and may the brown be with you.
So what's the best way to get rid of the fat then?
If I could answer this question, I will be really, really rich. But what I suggest to everybody is never trust in those things like books, TV programs, or magazines that say something about losing weight in a short period. This is always a lie. Always. Fast diet or fast losing weight is always rubbish.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you think? Do you think it's a good idea from a health point of view to suggest to people that they wouldn't need to exercise and they could just put this secret in a pill?
Okay, because for this pill, or whatever it will be for obese person. And exercise could be somehow dangerous for obese person. There are people who are really risking their joints if they make exercise, or for elderly people, for example. And in fact, a lot of people ask me, why are you putting a lot of money and a lot of resources on investigating something that could be solved by exercise and diet? But it's not true. This will work on preventing obesity. But for already obese person, their metabolism is somehow really, really crazy. So their own fat make like resistant stuff to resist the signals that our body sends to the fat to don't catch more energy or don't use their stores.
Okay, one
Thank
more time
you.
for the Phantom Menace
Thank
of
you.
Ricardo Obi-Wan Moure.